Before building any components, let's start off by defining our color palette. A color palette often includes a primary color, a secondary color, and an accent color. Of course, we can have additional colors, but first we need to identify these primary, secondary, and accent colors. So look at this design. This design is mostly centered around blue. We have different shades of blue. We have this blue, which is kind of medium blue. We have a lighter blue and a darker blue. So I'm going to pick this blue as our primary color, this other blue as our secondary color, and the orange as our accent color. Now back to our style sheet, we're going to define our color palette using variables so we can reuse them in multiple places. But first, I'm going to delete this rule. We don't need it anymore. Now we're going to use the root pseudo-class selector, which matches the HTML element to define our global variables or custom properties. So we add double hyphens, then we give our variable a name like color-primary, and we set it to 2584 FF. Similarly, we have color secondary, which we set to 00 D9 FF, and color-accent, which we set to FF 34 00s. Good. Now for our text, we have two different colors. We have this really dark purple, which is used in headings. It's also used here. And we have a lighter purple, which is used for the body text. But there is an exception here. Let's take a look at this section. This paragraph has a different color than the main body text. This could be an accidental mistake by the designer, so I don't want to add too many colors in our style sheet. I want to consolidate these colors. So for this paragraph, I'm going to use the same color that we use for our body text. So back to our style sheet, let's define two more colors, one for our headings, which is 1B0760, and another color for body text, which we set to 918CA4. It's a really light gray that has a shade of blue or purple, okay? Good. So we have defined our color palettes. Now we need to make a commit to our repository. So here in the source control panel, we can see the list of files that are changed. If we click on a file, we can see the before and after picture. So we remove this rule and added this rule. This is the benefit of using Git. So as we work on our project, as we work on each task, we can review our code, make sure it's nice and clean. Then we'll take a snapshot and store it in our repository. So over here, let's make a commit and say, define the color palette. So this message will be associated to this snapshot. Later, when we look at our project history, we can see how each snapshot or how each commit changes our source code. So let's go ahead and make a commit. Good. Next, we're going to define our typography.